How to get shredded in 13 weeks. We are going to be discussing another client result that has just finished. We're going to explain how we got the result from a progress standpoint in the sense of dieting down to get shredded, training in the gym, and also the mindset that needs to come with getting a result like this. So if you're in the process of trying to get lean, shredded, do a body recomp, then this video will be for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Tom Sergey and I run the Gorilla Platoon. This is an online physique transformation program where we get results like this, similar to the one that I'm going to talk you through today. So actually, this video, you'll get an insight into the way I coach and the way I go about business to get results as we do in the timeframes that we talk about. Promise to you is by the end of this video, you'll know how to get shredded in 13 weeks. So let's dance. So first off, we need to establish your start point. So with this client, we could see he was sat around about 21% body fat. We knew his scale weight was 78 kg. We then needed to understand, okay, what's it going to take to get shredded? We know we need to be in the ballpark figure of anywhere from 8 to 10% body fat. When you're coming down from 21, you're going to need to lose about 12 kilo or so, anywhere from 10 to 12 kilo. If you're 20% body fat, to get to 10, it's roughly, give or take, around about a 10 kilo drop, which may concern you if you think I'm only X amount of kg, but remember, you're going to look bigger when you get leaner, like as you see this at the end. You're stripping off body fat, and if you train correctly and eat the right food, you will retain tissue. Like, I think that's fair to say. This guy retained all tissue throughout the process, but by the end he was significantly lighter on the scale. And I think that's something that people get a little bit apprehensive about. They're like, oh, no, I can't be going down to this scale weight. I'll be brittle, I'll be gaunt, I'll look like death. In reality, that's not the case. And in reality, to get shredded, it's a visual game. You want to look lean, you want to look bigger, and you will look bigger when you're leaner. Bear that in mind. If you ever see someone that is shredded and someone that is like end of bulk, they look bigger when they're leaner, but it's not that they're technically bigger. It's just you can see all the muscle. It has the shadows, it has the divots from all the muscles that God gifted us on this beautiful human body that we own. So when you're obviously at the peak of a bulk, everything is smoothed over and it gives it the perception that it looks smaller. Now, don't get me wrong, when you wear a t-shirt, you will feel smaller compared to when you're carrying fat around the muscle, because the fat will also help you pack out that t-shirt. So it depends on what you want, but I think the goal here, if you've not been 8 to 10% body fat and have abs like this guy hadn't, it's definitely something I would go through, because you're going to learn a lot about yourself when you go through this, and we'll discuss that as we go through the video. So we set him up for someone this weight and also body composition. Started at 2,069 calories. May seem low, but it's relative to the amount of lean mass you've got and how heavy you are. Protein needed to be 184. This was a total figure of lean mass times by 2.4. Fats at 45, and the rest is filled with carbs at 272. Started on 10k steps daily, no cardio to begin with. So from there, you will run the plan for the week, and you will track all metrics of data. You will take your scale weight daily, you'll log your food daily, your steps daily, and your sleep as well. And then at the end of the week, you'll also take photos and review the data. And that is the way we make progress here. So when I'm looking to make progress, what we're looking at is, firstly, how can we make progress from a body fat perspective? So with this, I've labeled every change that we made, so you can see how I got to the end result from a coaching standpoint. So what I did was analyze the data week on week. Data will drive decisions. If you're not tracking data, you're not going to know when to pull levers and make progress. And honestly, if motherfuckers have tried to complicate fat loss to you in the past, it's not that complicated. As long as you have all the data, you can see what result did I gain from the formula I was on to start with. The formula was, when we started, was this. It was this amount of input, this amount of output. What result did we get from this? Well, at the end of the first week, not a great amount of drop, so we could pull a lever. Your lever's to pull on more output or reduce input. I personally, and especially with the calories he was already on, do not want to pull your food low, because A, it'll make the process fucking miserable. It's hard enough as it is. It will also decrease your gym floor performance. Now that is critical for holding onto and building tissue throughout this process. So I like to keep food as high as possible, so I pull from the lever that is output. You've got two options. You can increase steps, which are very good, but come at a higher cost of time, or you can increase the amount of activity through formal cardio, and that's the route I generally like to go. So we added in 20 minutes of daily cardio, heart rate 120 to 130, on something that's not going to accumulate too much fatigue. So we're talking an incline treadmill, a cross train or elliptical, whatever you want to call it, and then or a bike. Now we ran that for week 2, and then we saw great progress. We didn't need to make change. We then ran week 3 and realised we needed to up and make a change again. So then from there, 30 minutes cardio now and in. Now at the end of week 4, what you don't want to do is, if I push cardio high, you're going to be on that for the longest of time. So sometimes it will serve us to come down a little bit from a calorie perspective, in which case we took off 126 calories removed. From there, week 5, we didn't need to make any changes because we saw great progress. After week 6, we then needed to up again. So we went for output this time at now 40 minutes. You see here how we sat at week 4 and week 5 before we then needed to push. So that's 2 weeks of not having to do an extra 10 minutes every day. You can see how that will accumulate a lot over time. So you need to just be cautious in the way you pull this. But you're starting to understand the trend, aren't you, of the way things are and how we make progress. You make a change, you see the result for the week, and then you see it slow down. You need to make the next change and keep things moving. Week 7, we actually opted to remove a good amount of calories from the diet, really to attack from there. From there, week 8 was a good week, obviously, as the trend seems to go. And we didn't need to make changes. Now, as we got into week 9, we're really getting towards the back end of this diet phase here. And this is where you have to really fucking get after it. And it is tough. So from there, we removed, we added 50 minutes of cardio daily. Cardio is now pretty high at 50 minutes a day. And then the week after that, we then removed 100 calories. So as you get past week 10, yeah, it's fucking tough. Of course it is. Are you fighting to keep the numbers high in the gym? Yeah, absolutely. It's tough at this point. It's supposed to be fucking tough. Then from there, so we've removed the 100 calories. Week 11, we're now into the final depths of the diet. 60 minutes of cardio daily. We're in the final push here. We also upped the steps to 12K. And then week 12 to finish, we just upped steps to 15K because we'd exerted really all options at that point. The only thing we could have really moved was steps. Beauty of that, lower cost of fatigue. So that could move. And then with his schedule anyway, he had a bit of a break from his outside commitments. So it served us to push the steps higher. And that is really how we dieted him down to get him lean and shredded. You're starting to see the theme here. Don't take the data for gospel because it's not relative to you. But what is relative to you is the fact that you, certain formula, rinse that out until it doesn't work. No changes, then you need to make a change. Rinse that out until it doesn't work, then you need to make a change. And you see the outputs and the way we're playing with this. Until by the end, of course, you're going to be on low as fuck food, and you're going to be on high as fuck output. And it's going to be tough, of course it is. And the theme I like to use is the worse you feel, the better you're going to look. But it's tough. But take away this from the body fat perspective. Next thing we needed to track was muscle building. So we needed to track how he was training in the gym. And as for someone that works online, the method I use for that is you will send me your form clips. You will send me you training in the gym so I can see, is your range of motion on point? Is your tempo being applied? And are you training with intensity? Mainly that's the last thing I'm looking to see is, are we still training with intensity? Because I need to be able to perfect what it is you're doing on the gym floor versus what I'm expecting you to do sat the other side of the computer screen. And just for context, this was a typical working set that he sent me. And he was very good at sending in form clips. He didn't miss on that. He was very consistent with sending in form clips. And that's why we managed to get the result we did and managed to retain the tissue. Here is an example of a working set for him. So this is a plate machine incline chest press. Why do we opt for this? At the later stages of the diet, you've got to think your energy needs to be used smartly. If we use a dumbbell, which I do rate highly, you're going to use a lot of fatigue and energy and calories towards stabilization. I just want the working muscle to be targeted. So if I use a machine, potentially, a little bit more energy can be focused on challenging the working muscle. And this is a typical working set for him. Slow on the way down, controls the tempo. Full range of motion, continues to drive through. Arm path is perfected, and he's driving from, not the hands, he's driving from his biceps to contract the pecs. Tempo always being adhered to. There's a reason this guy has a fucking very full, nice chest. because this is the way he's pressing. Remember, when we train our chest, we're thinking about bringing our biceps across our body, bringing the origin and the insertion together. Starting to get tough now towards the back end, and this is what we're looking to see. Are we still training with intensity? Push into failure, go, 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 and it's good. It's a good set. And if you train like that, you're going to see good results. If you don't train like that, you're not going to see good results, and that's the long and short of it. Now, the first two, hopefully none of it's really that much news to you. And it's important for you to see how I got the results and how I managed training as well. But where the value in this video is going to come from is, honestly, the way we fix your own brain. Now, don't think for 1 second, as we got into this portion of the transformation, that it was as easy as the first. In the first, things were flying. Contact didn't need to be that much between the two of us. But as we got into these stages, there were points where he was having dreams about food. There was like cashew nuts in the kitchen where he wanted to go and eat them. And there were points where he was really questioning, like, is this really worth it? And this is where I have to step up as a coach and deliver the value to keep people on track. Because when you're trying to do something hard, your own brain will actually fight against you, because your own brain is being challenged at a point that is uncomfortable in a place it's not been before. You are out of your comfort zone at this point. It sounds simple. Oh, just diet down a bit less. Just don't eat this. It sounds simple. It really does. But your body is technically starving itself to get down to that point. Now, it's healthy because motherfuckers are starving themselves from 20% body fat, which I don't need to be at. But when you want to get down to that last little bit of leanness, you are challenging your body at a point that it has not been challenged before. It is fighting against you at this point. So your own brain will make many, many rational decisions, or what it thinks to be rational decisions, in order to try and veer you off track. So there were points where we would have chats and we'd be like, let's remember why we're doing this. Let's remember what we're actually trying to build. And one thing I'm a big advocate of, it's not even about the physique. You're watching this to try and get shredded. It's not about getting shredded that will get you shredded. It's not about the intricate changes. It's not about the exercise, because follow this and you will get the result. But if it was that simple, every fucking human being would be shredded, and they're not. Because it's their own fucking brain. The transformation, the vehicle is the physique. What we're really developing is you as a person. What we're really developing is your ability to showcase true fucking discipline. You're not showcasing true discipline in weeks 1 to 6. Because you're not really stretched that much. You're coming down from 20% body fat, where you fucking shouldn't be anyway. And you're trying to come down to a respectable level of body fat. You're not showing discipline then, because you're probably happy not to have to eat as much fucking food, and you're starting to look a bit better. So motivation is high. You're showing true discipline when your body is telling you, go and eat that food, and you're like, no, motherfucker, I am not. That is where the muscle of discipline is really built. That is where the growth really starts to happen. And you will develop as a person as you get towards the final third of the transformation. And this is where you show yourself what you're truly made of. Now, and this is why coaching is quite important, because you don't know what you don't know. You don't know how you're going to act in that situation. So to have someone that's been there before you and to carry you through is powerful. Because once they've carried you through, once you've got that skill, then you will take it forward for the rest of your life, and you can then help other people as well. And this is why I think coaching is so valuable. So if you want to work with me, there'll be a link in the description, but no pressure. So what we're trying to develop is your ability to be disciplined, the art of saying no to something you want to do, or the art of not doing something, or the art of stopping when shit is about to go wrong. You're like, no. Remember what it is we're doing. Remember why we wanted the thing. Saying no to the things that you wanted to do. Doing the things that you did not want to do. That is where true discipline is built. And discipline is a muscle just like everything else. You look at other people and think, oh, they're so disciplined. They've honestly just practiced it more than you. Any human being can be disciplined. But to even accept the idea of trying to make yourself more disciplined is uncomfortable in the first place, because it challenges your identity, it challenges your ego. So you almost have to let go at the thought of you already being disciplined in order to actually progress the muscle that is disciplined. And that is hard. Of course it is. And hopefully I create at least an awareness of that in you from this video, so you can start to analyze and think, am I really that disciplined? Do I need to let my ego go down a little bit in order to get to the next level? Am I standing on my own dick? Am I getting in my own way and getting to the point I need to because of my ego? Maybe. It's something to think about. The second trait you need to develop in order to be the man you need to become to get the physique in the first place is your ability to be consistent. This is simple. It's actually very easy. You're doing less in a lot of aspects, like you're eating a lot less food. So it's very easy. But the art of being consistent to something is challenging. Of course it is. So if you can develop consistency to simple discipline, you will go very fucking far in life. The problem is, motherfuckers cannot do that because their brain is fucked. Their brain is fucked because they can't stop but get... they call it shiny object syndrome. See a new thing. Oh, this must be the solution to all my problems in life. I'll go and do that. And they'll do it for 2 weeks with the motivation of it being new, and then it'll just mellow out and they won't have made any progress. And they'll continue to move around from point to point to point to new shiny thing and never really get any real results. Like, be okay of a lot of stuff, but nothing good at anything. And that's just fucking, to me, that sounds like fucking a nightmare, to tell you the truth. I'd rather pick one thing, be the best, and fucking send it at that thing. Now, how do you get around that? I would tell a couple of people, I'm doing this thing. So you've got some skin in the game, some accountability. And it's honestly your ability to stay focused on that. It's your ability to say no, which a lot of people, honestly, they don't have the fucking spine to say no to shit. They don't have the ability to go, no, I'm not doing that. I'm sticking to this. This is the path. This is what I'm going on. And in the beginning, motherfuckers don't even have the ability to say no to going to the pub that they know is something that's going to be bad for them. But that gets a lot harder. As you progress as a human being, I want you to be aware of this, because you will come to this. If you're serious about making progress in your life, in the beginning, it's you saying no to that fucking 5 out of 10 girl that wants to have sex with you when you're in a relationship. Easy. Get fucked. Easy. It's saying no to going to the pub when you know you're on a diet plan and there's just some cat shit football game on and you didn't really want to go anyway. Easy. Fucking easy. When you progress as a man, as a person, it's, do you want to come on this expedition? But it's fucking right in the middle of your diet phase. It's going to take you away from the goal. You've been bulking all this year to catch in this new physique at the end. And you have to say no. That gets a lot harder. It's the 8 out of 10 that wants you to have sex with her without a condom on. That gets even fucking harder. And that is where, I believe that's where your true character as a man is fucking built. And I've gone off on a bit of a side tangent, but I feel like it's good to talk about this shit. Because, yeah, this is nice, cool, yeah, this is the formula. But honestly, what really matters in life is us as men becoming better fucking human beings. And this is how we do it. The final point I would like to mention is your ability to develop resilience. Because you will fall off. You will do some shit that you shouldn't have done because you're a human being, and that's okay. What isn't okay is you fall off and blame other people, something else, and you struggle to get back on. It's, I fell off, I'm a humanoid piece of shit right now, but tomorrow, boom, we're back in and we go again. Your ability to be resilient is your ability to decrease the gap between fall off and back to plan. If it takes you fucking ages, you're not resilient. If you could do it the next day, you are a resilient human being. And that is what it's really about. Being resilient will get you through a lot of hard things in life. It's falling down off something and getting straight back to the point, straight back forward and making progress. You develop those 3 things, you will have the fucking six pack and more. And whatever the fuck you want out of life moving forward from there. So that's honestly where the real result is won and lost. This is the vehicle we use to get there. And then at the end, you're going to have a nice result. You're going to have a nice physique. You're going to be 10% body fat, or maybe even a little bit less. And you're going to be a prime position. You can do whatever the fuck you want with your 10% body fat. You want to start running? Go running. You want to fucking be an athlete? Go and be an athlete. You want to go into bulking phase? You can go into bulking phase. You want to play sport? You can go play sport. Whatever you want. When you're 8 to 10% body fat, the world is your fucking oyster. Because you're a fresh canvas that is ready to go and seize and attack the world. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow.